body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
Good morning, my brothers, sisters, friends. Welcome to our Sunday morning service. Today is April the 16th, 2017. We're having a chance to be together in this Truklam Buddha Hall in order to do our prayers, our weekly service, and now we have about 10-15 minutes to share about our daily practice. So first of all, I would like to ask us, how are you today? Did you enjoy the snow? We expect that no more snow, but now we have a lot of snow, even more snow than during the winter time. And then we reflect and we complain, but we reflect back deeply, oh, it's only April. Sometimes we still have snow in June, right? Or May. So life, there is nothing that you can expect, but things can change suddenly. So what can we learn from this lecture? In Buddhism, we used to use the term impermanent. Impermanent means nothing can stay forever. Things have to be changed. But when you think about impermanent, not for us to getting boring about life, distaste about life, but for us to see the positive so we can move on. Because there are some lot of chances that we may transform the way we live. Or if we see someone in our family members, they are not that good, we suffer about them. Sometimes we want to, forget about them. We want to isolate them. But they need us to embrace them, help them to get changed. And we think that we have today, we have yesterday, and we will have tomorrow. So that means tomorrow they can be changed. If you think that way, then you will appreciate impermanent. Let's say if we have a seed, we plant the seed under the ground, but if there is no impermanent, the seed cannot be grown up as a tree and give us some flower or fruits. So impermanent means things get changed every day, even our physical body. Yesterday, I have a monk in Vietnam. He is my friend, my Dhamma brother. We visited India 10 years ago. So at that time, I am only 34. So he sent back me some picture that we took together 10 years ago. When I look at the picture about myself 10 years ago, I cannot believe how old am I now. So after I received the picture, I sent him the reply. I said, how wonderful of impermanent. I look so much older. I didn't talk about him, I just talked about me. He sent me a reply, I cannot believe too, because I look old too. So 10 years ago, when we look at the pictures from us, we look so young, so fresh. So when we change physically. Also, 10 years later, the way you think is also deeper. When you were young, you may live with only your desire, your ambitions, but you never think. When we're young, we only live with our passions, our desires, with our deep thinking. Can we get it? How can we get it? And so when we get it, what happened to many other around? Like we went to the shopping, we want some toys. We just expect our parents to buy toys, but we never think whether our parents have money or not. As long as we want that toy. And if we don't have that toy, we're angry. So that's when we're young. But when you grow up physically, you also need to grow up mentally too. Because now your thinking is deeper. You know how to reflect back. Can I get this toy or not? When you watch cartoon, according to your age, you watch cartoon. So when you're so much younger, you watch Tom and Jerry. But when you get older, you still watch cartoon. But now the story, the content in that cartoon must contain something as your age. Or when you go to the movie, you also choose the movie that appropriate as your age. So same thing. The more we grow, the more we think. We do not just only grow with our physically, but also mentally. When I was young, I also have my ambitions, my passion, my desire. And I only live with my ego, my pride. But the more I live, the more I in touch with life, the more I calm myself and I come back. You know, when you have a plant, you brought a plant home and you try to water the plant. You leave the plant somewhere in your house for a while and you didn't see that plant get better. So what do you do to make the plant better? You have to find out how to take care of the plant. Usually when we go to the market to buy a plant, a flower, they also give us a tiny paper. So we read instruction how to take care for this plant. How much water this plant needs. How much sunshine they need. So we need to read instruction in order to give the right treatment for that plant. We need to have that kind of instruction. If you feel that the environment you live is not healthy, the practice is you have to move yourself. You have to come to someone. You request for the help. No one will refuse your help, your request. Especially your loved one, like your parents, your relatives, your best friends. They're always there to help you. And we also have a lot of counselors. You can come and talk to them. We have Buddhist monks. We have priests in the churches. They're willing to sit down and listen to your negatives. You need to release that out of your heart, your mind, in order to live a life. The plant will die if the plant have no sunshine, no water. Do not isolate yourself. Be with your loved one. They open their arms, their hands to hold you, to hug you. But we have the habits. When we turn into teenager, we do not like our parents to hug us. But don't you know that in the Vietnamese tradition, no matter how old you are, your parents still love to hug you. They still want to put their hands on your head. Because that is how Vietnamese bless their children. That's how Vietnamese love their kids. All the young monks here, they stay with me when they were very young. Some of them 9 years old, 7 years old, 11 years old when they come to me. Now some of them turn 30. I still love them like a little boy. We love that way. So please remember, you have the roots of the Vietnamese tradition. So you're very lucky that you have two cultures, Westerners and Asian. And if you reflect and you realize that you are very rich, you know and you understand and you can live, you can get along with the both traditions beautifully, no problems. You can use chopsticks, but you also can use fork and knife. You can eat nước mắm, fish sauce, but you still can have spaghetti, pizza. You know what is bánh xèo? Vietnamese pancake. So you must know that you are very rich. You can adapt with both traditions and you can get along with both traditions easily. In the West, when you see your friends, hey man, you hug. You can hug your friends easily. Why don't you can hug your mom and dad? Why don't you can hug your grandma? When I was a little monk, about 15, 16 years old, I loved my teacher to hold my heart in his chest and bless me. I like that way. I'm designed for that. I always looking for that. So because I know that what I want, when I have my students, I always treat them that. And please, if you have your mom, your dad, your grandma, your cousins who come to you in that way, don't reject them. You may hurt them. Because that's how they love you. And sometimes you feel that you overlove, too much care. Don't you remember that life is impermanent? So when you grow up as an adult, in the same meaning, your mom, your dad, your grandparents get older. They may depart anytime. I have a member in California. He just met me in March when I was there for the retreat at his temple. He's so happy. He welcomed me. He sings songs for me. Last Monday, he passed away with heart attack. When they sent me the information about him, his name, his age, his date of birth, I realized he was born on the same month with me, and we are also same years. Same year, we were born in the same year, same month, just different dates. Now I'm here, he left. You may see your cousin just last week or yesterday. The next morning, you hear that they are no longer with you. So if you need to express something to your mom, your dad, your loved one, do so. Do not wait until they die. You write a lot of love words on the monument because a piece of rock cannot fill your heart. The piece of rock, the piece of monument cannot fill your love. Only the heart does. Do not contact with your loved one with iPhone. They need heart to heart. In our Buddhist tradition, we have the tradition between the teacher and the student. The seal of the mind seal into their student's mind. The traditional term, truyền tâm ấn. The teacher used his heart, transmitted to his student. Two hearts matched together. We always looking for our match. I'm looking for my other half. When you meet someone, oh, this is my match, this is my half. After a few years together, oh, you are not matched. You're looking for that perfect, unable to. The only thing is you try to make it match. For example, this cup and this plate is not a set. Because in the tradition, oh, you want to show your formal way to present a cup of tea to someone, you need a plate underneath, so you can find any kind of plate as long as there is a plate to place a cup on. This is not a set. But if you make it like this, doesn't look right, you try to fix it. Life is like that. You may not leave it on correctly on the first time, but you have the right to fix it. You do it in such a way that you make it nice and straight. When you place the incense into the incense bowl, you didn't see it in the middle, in the center, but you try to make it in the center. After you decorate something, after you arrange the tablecloth, if you stand too close, you cannot see unless you walk a little bit farther. You look back and to see where it's straight in the center or not. Life is like that. We have the right to come close, to move a little bit farther, as long as you can see and you can adjust things. There is nothing wrong for us to fix. There is nothing wrong to ask for the perfect. But we also understand that sometimes if life is not perfect, we open our heart, accept things as they are. I can learn this regularly when I was in Westlock Center. You know, the Westlock Meditation Center, about 45 minutes away from Edmonton, is a farm. So when we go there, sometimes we don't have enough food. We try to cook something, but we're looking for all the ingredients. We don't have enough things for that dish. We can change, we can reduce, or we can add something in to replace, as long as we have a dish for everyone. And sometimes when I cook like that, I can take out a lecture for me to practice. If you expect when you cook curry, you must have sweet potato or taro root. But if you don't have it, you can put something else. It doesn't have to be like that. If you have a chance, that's nice. But if no chance, use something else as long as you can make a dish. There was a young monk who tried to replace a plant out of the small pot. There was a senior passed by and said, "Why you have to do so?" And he said, "Oh, this plant can have a chance to grow as a stronger root. So I move it to a bigger pot so they can have a chance to expand. When we treat people, it's the same. If you realize someone able to expand their talent, try to help them to expand. Try to help them to express. Do not try to put that plant in a very tiny one. They don't have a chance to move, to grow strong, that they're supposed to grow. So what is Buddhism? The way to live. You can adjust yourself in any way that you can fit. You can get along, you can adapt. That is Buddhism. If you expect a lot, you may suffer. But if you open your heart and accept, you're more happy. So, expect nothing. Appreciate everything. That is the practice. There's nothing that you can expect. But you may appreciate everything you have. So by sharing today, expect nothing, appreciate everything. And you can think about the cup and the plate that I gave an example today. And if you have a chance to walk on the street, or in the garden, or you go to the farm and you see there are many tiny wild flowers, then they can grow strongly, even in the winter. Or even you walk out of this parking lot. The parking lot was paved. But if the parking lot have the crack, you still can see some plant grow through the paved. Even the tiny wild flower, they still have that strength, that intent to live. Then why we can't? We are human. We are stronger than a little plant. They can find a way to grow up. Then there is nothing that we can give up. Try to grow up. Do not give up. Thank you for your listening and your attention to it.